So about a year ago, female rap was the musical wishing well that just kept on pouring. But for some reason in 2025, that subcategory of music is stagnant and boring. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So, you guys, I think it's fine time to talk about female rap and where it's headed, because things in 2024 were looking up, but now in 2025 things are slowly trending down. Now, in my humble opinion, the whole entire genre of rap is on a decline, but today I will say the glimmer of hope is the female leg of this category of music, because female rappers are now the gold standard when it comes to rap. Like, they are the people that you look for rap. They're the mainstream rappers now. Like, the male rappers of today, outside of Drake and Kendrick and Moneybagg Yo, who are the male rappers of today? I'm sorry, y'all. When I talk about rap, I always gotta say that when it comes to male rappers, they're done. It's done. Now, if you're new to my channel or not true to my channel, I can be a little bit of a hip-hop and pop culture historian, but back in the day during Lil' Kim's era, even though that was like the first golden era of female rap, even back then, the women were still an afterthought, especially because you had legends at the forefront like your Jay-Z's and your Nas's of the world. It's crazy to think that even back then when we had Lil' Kim, Trina, Kaya, who else, Foxy Brown, you name it, Queen Latifah, Roxanne Shante, even back then, this subcategory of music was not taken seriously, even though these girls were spitting hot lava. And after the era of the Queen Lil' Kim, things started to wind down a little bit, and there was really no female rappers really holding the spot up. I mean, we had like Trina and Eve and all that, but everybody collectively was starting to wind all the way down. And then we had Nicki Minaj come in and breathe new life into the female rap genre and really made female rap mainstream again, if not at the complete forefront of hip-hop. Nicki came in and she was giving the likes of Jay-Z and Kanye a run for their own money. So I will say that Nicki really elevated the whole entire genre of not just female rap, but rap as a whole. And like Nicki Minaj being Lil' Kim's son, Nicki Minaj spawned a bunch of different sons, and the main sons that I want to focus on in this video are Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B. We're living in the era of the reign of Nicki Minaj's sons, and these three girls are the true sons, the A-list sons, the A-list female rappers. And these three girls are the pioneers of really taking the reins and making female rap more than just female rap. Like, now these three ladies are seen as the gold standard for overall rap and made female rap mainstream and universal.
I love rap music, but not just any rap music. I love female rappers in here blowing my eardrums. I love like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Glorilla. And
that's for real. That's serious.
Glorilla, Ken the Man, Sexy Reds from St. Louis. I'm talking like I've got an extensive female rap artist playlist on my phone. They get my blood pumping. What can I say?
However, y'all, it's crazy how things quickly shifted, because in 2024, female rap and the whole entire female rap block was hot, but this year it feels like they all lost the plot due to the severe lack of rap hits in 2025 across the board. So I mainly want to focus on these three girls because Cardi, Megan, and Glorilla are the A-listers of female rap. They all are very talented and have great bodies of work. They're all three facing major distractions from their music. More so, two of them. And lastly, all three of them are low-key beefing with each other. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Sorry for the long intro. I'm a long-winded loser. But you guys, I just love female rap. And one thing that I love seeing is the rise of Glorilla. Glorilla came out of nowhere, and she is now the underrated but yet undisputed MVP of female rap. Y'all, when she launched her Glorious album back in October, it was an instant hit. Instant hit, no skips. Like, I absolutely love that album. But I will say, you guys, Out here in Houston, they play that album to death. Now y'all, I drive an old 2007 Toyota Camry Solara, so I still use a physical aux cord. I don't have the Bluetooth yet, I just use an aux cord. And sometimes the aux cord port is a little messed up and I have to finger it a little bit. But when my aux cord port is not working, I am forced to listen to the radio when I'm driving, and we listen to maybe 97.9 The Box or 93.7 The Beat. When I tell you guys, they play Glorilla's album at least every 5 minutes out here, and I am not joking. It's crazy how out here in Houston they jam Glorilla way more than they jam Megan. Like, I rarely hear Megan Thee Stallion on the radio out here. Then when I go to my bodybuilding boot camps in the morning, they play her on this playlist, this rap playlist, every 12 minutes, and I'm just like, Jesus. Like, I was getting sick of the album at first, but then I realized, like, this is all we have. Those hits from 2024 last year carried over to this year, and Glorilla's album is the only rap album really producing hits for this year. Outside of her album being overplayed, one thing that I love is her glow up, because her glow up is very just authentic. Like, you could tell she's still herself, but she is just steadily rising and rising, and she's taking care of herself, looking good. And she is just, like, it's just genuine. Like, you could tell that she didn't have to sell her soul, didn't have to give up any whole. Like, her whole entire rise has been nothing but whole and authentic. Like, even though Glorilla has definitely glowed up and has an abundance of fans, she's still that Tennessee girl that likes to hang out the window with her ratchet ass friends. And y'all, off topic, but speaking about her ratchet ass friends, now this is a shameless plug. Y'all, I'm always gonna plug this because this was definitely an interesting opportunity that fell in my lap. So last year I was, during the tour, Megan Thee Stallion's tour with Glorilla, I was chosen to be the bottle boy, bottle girl for Megan Thee Stallion's tequila brand on that tour. So I got to go backstage, and I was mainly on, they had me like in a holding room, and I was mainly on Glorilla's side of the stadium. I met her dancers, I met her fine ass trainer slash bodyguard slash low-key boyfriend, this fine black Asian man with dreads, a mamushi. But I also met her ratchet ass friends, and those friends were indeed some ratchet ass friends. When I tell y'all, two of those girls pulled up to the stadium wearing their pajamas, bonnets, head wraps, and house shoes, I was just like, do y'all know where y'all are? But hey y'all, everybody was cool as shit, and it was great to be in that whole entire vicinity. But overall, I just love this moment for Glorilla because the sky is the limit. Like, she can only go up from here, and she's doing a damn thing, and I highly respect what Yo Gotti's doing over there, because out of like a lot of these artists that sign a bunch of artists underneath them, Yo Gotti actually took a step back and is actually pouring into his artists, mainly Moneybagg Yo and obviously Glorilla. So I cannot wait to see what Glorilla's gonna do next. But the one thing, well actually two things that are kind of like red flags in her career. For one, we gotta address the elephant in the room, and that's her getting a new trunk. So Glorilla got a new nose job. She posted it on, I think, her story, and she said, and did. And y'all, now granted, body dysmorphia is a motherfucker. And Glorilla already has very distinct, very interesting, but very unique features. And y'all seeing her in person, now I saw her in person before she got the nose job. I thought she looked good. She looked great. Her makeup was on point, skin was on point. I thought she was beautiful. But when you look different and don't look like a standard grade of beauty by industry standards, you're going to get people that get in your head and poke at you like the way that you look. Like, for example, when her and JT got into it last year, JT, the main thing she insulted was Glorilla's looks. And even though Glorilla, I think, has a lot of confidence, 9 times out of 10, some of those words are going to seep into your mind and fuck with you a little bit. And with female rappers, unlike male rappers, female rappers are under a lot of scrutiny. Like, their image, their aesthetic is everything to them. Like, they can't just be rappers, they also have to be part-time Instagram models and influencers. So I get why she felt the need to do this, but I hate that she did this because it just did not... Granted, it takes a while for a nose job to heal, but it just did not look right, y'all. And I just felt like with her whole entire like image, like her brand, I just felt like she was the antithesis to the Instagram model type female rapper like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Like, you would look at Glorilla and think that she wouldn't think twice about going and getting surgery. But here we are, she took it one step, but hopefully she doesn't take another step too far. Like, girl, this is it. Don't do anymore. But outside of new nostrils, another issue and a hiccup in her whole entire like career, it's a mini hiccup, but you know, Megan Thee Stallion brought her out on tour, and them two got into it about a week ago because she reposted this whole entire like meme, and it had Tory Lanez music playing. Now, to give the post that Glorilla reposted more context, it stated, "I am forever grateful for the heart I have, the way I love, the way I treat people, my pure intent. That's all a blessing." And I definitely think Glorilla always has pure intentions, but however, the timing of it is what kind of like shifted things between her and Megan, because she reposted this with Tory Lanez's music while Megan was going off and ranting a little bit on Instagram about the fact that why is this case being brought back up.
Motherfuckers is getting denied every time they try to set a motion for a new trial. So they trying to pull shit out the air like, okay, let's do this now. I'm not about to keep going with y'all. Y'all defending somebody who didn't even take the stand and defend themselves. Y'all going back and forth about facts. Y'all could go read real shit. Like, y'all literally believe anything if it's bold and in all caps. Like, go read something that's gonna take you a minute to sit down and have a good read. Like, go read something that's gonna make you have to do some critical thinking. Not a thing that is curated by bots and blogs that hate me. Like, y'all need to sit down and have a good read. Like, imagine somebody saying that they did not commit a crime and not defending themselves to the T. Imagine y'all saying somebody is following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or are you not snitching? Because y'all trying to pretend like Kelsey shot me. Kelsey didn't motherfucking shoot me. And I really wonder why her main problem with me was, you won't tell people I didn't shoot you. I was like, Kelsey, I don't want to talk about this on social media at all. But now you won't even get online and defend yourself. So that really just proves my points. Either you took some money or your life is in danger. Like, why won't you get online and say, bitch, because this is what y'all care about. Y'all care about online because the case already won in court. But y'all care about online. Why would y'all motherfuckers not get up there and say, if you say you didn't shoot me, why won't you get on the stand and say I didn't shoot this bitch? You say it online every day. You figure out how to get your niggas to say you didn't do it. You figure out how to get the blogs to say you didn't do it. But the one motherfucker it would have mattered from was you. You should have said, I didn't do it. Kelsey did it. If she did it, why wouldn't you just say she did it? Kelsey, if you did not do it, why won't you just say, I did not do it? I know who shot me. I said who shot me, and that's why the fuck you in jail. Y'all motherfuckers are dragging it online like it's some new evidence. There's no new evidence. Motherfucking witnesses went missing. Why? I wonder why the witnesses went missing. Did y'all pay them? Why y'all showing up now?
But Megan was going off about the whole entire Tory Lanez case because, of course, 5 years later, we're still talking about this bullshit. But a lot of people in the industry are not on Megan's side with this whole entire thing. And Glorilla reposting this with Tory Lanez music after that definitely made Megan give her the side eye, especially after Megan put her on tour and low-key put her on game, even though I feel like them two had an even energy exchange, because even though Megan is an amazing rapper, in 2024, what was her breakout hit in 2024? Outside of the song that she had with Glorilla. So Megan unfollowed Glorilla. Glorilla low-key felt a little shook, and she came back out and she didn't like full-on apologize to Megan, but it was like a subliminal apology, and I think Megan followed her right back. I really think just Megan is paranoid about this whole entire situation. But it's just a sheer fact that now, when I was at that gig, at their after party, like, them two, they looked like the best of friends. They looked like the energy and chemistry was awesome at that party. Like, it was a great party, and they just, whenever Megan moved, the whole entire room moved. But I will say, when I saw them two interacting with each other, it looked like a genuine, pure friendship. But however, for things to switch up at the drop of a hat like that, kind of just makes me think, like, Is anybody really friends in the industry anymore? Like, are there any like genuine alliances anymore? Like, I don't know. I understand image is everything, aesthetic is everything, but it's just like, I thought those two were like the two that were like legit, like, you my girl. And for y'all to kind of have a hiccup that quick over something like that, I'm just like, So shifting things to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, you guys, I honestly haven't talked about Megan Thee Stallion on my channel for a while because I got a check from Megan. Am I biased? No. Can I be bought? Yes. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Like, I'm still going to be real and give y'all my authentic truth. But I will say it's kind of hard to talk about somebody who legit gave you a check, and I was a very temporary, very obscure part of her team, if it wasn't just for like 2 days. But I will say that, you know, being like getting a peek behind the scenes and actually meeting her crew and her team, like, you kind of have a different point of view of things, and I can kind of see that things are, she has a great team, all that jazz. I got really cool with her photography and videographer team. Like, they're dope as shit. But when you have a peek behind the scenes, it's kind of hard to talk about that person, especially seeing that person in action and seeing them doing the damn thing. Like, I remember telling y'all that during that first night, during her concert, when I got done serving drinks, I got to see her on stage, and I legit almost started crying because it was a magical moment seeing this woman really live out her dreams. And not even just this woman, this woman from Houston, performing in Houston and getting love and flowers from Houston. Seeing somebody live out their dreams and manifestations is a beautiful thing to see. But I want to talk about first how things are for her musically, because even though the music is still good, you can kind of tell that people are starting to slowly get tired of what she's giving. She dropped the song Whenever, and I gotta say, it wasn't a bad song, but it just gave more of the same. And I think people, when it comes to Megan, are tired of more of the same. Like, even when she first started out, like, the one thing that people got onto her about was her not switching up her flow. Every song sounds the same. She's the female version of the baby. Like, everybody was getting to her about her flow and how things always just sound the same. And I think we're kind of at, like, I think she's at a turning point in her career where she's just like, oh shit, like, I can't just like put out whatever I want now. Like, I can't put out whatever whenever. But one main positive I want to give her is the video looked phenomenal. Y'all, Megan looks great. Fucking fabulous. Absolutely fucking astonishingly beautiful. But I will say that outside of the video, the song didn't do what it needed to do, and you can kind of tell that it bothered her a little bit.
And I don't like fussing. But bitch, I kind of want to fuss. Maybe I need to come back when I feel like I can articulate what I want to say better. And maybe it'll be better if I like made a video instead of talking on live. Because I hate when I be on live and bitch, the blogs, you know, the relationship that, bitch, I got with the blogs, bitch. I was feeling like, okay, because all y'all hate me, y'all gonna piece together whatever y'all want to piece from something stupid and make it a big deal that it's not.
She got on her Instagram live and she almost crashed out a little bit about it, but she was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone, and I'm going to address this off of the phone. But music aside, she is making strides. Like, she's about to do a whole entire anime with one of the producers from the Boondocks. Can't wait to see that. She was just at DreamCon here in Houston. She was the main attraction for DreamCon, even though they shadily announced her last minute, so if you got tickets for the wrong day, you got played. And then even before she came out here for DreamCon, she launched her swimwear in conjunction with Walmart. It's going to be sold at Walmart. And she even did a fashion show for it at Miami Swim Week, literally the day she came out here. Like, I just feel like her energy is a little scattered. I'm just like, You went from like making music videos, and then you launched this whole entire swimwear line. You had to film a commercial / documentary, a mini documentary for it for Walmart, and then you come out here and do a fashion show for it. And then the same day you turn around and fly to Houston and you go to DreamCon for the weekend, and you're doing these press tours, and then you're out at the club late at night with the likes of Sauce Walker. But y'all, when it comes to all these strides she's making, the one thing that keeps nipping her in the ass at every turn is this case with Tory Lanez. Now y'all, when it comes to this Tory Lanez case, I'm absolutely sick of this case because it's literally one thing that is used to divide the black community and pit women against men. Because I'll never forget when this case first happened, I was at my friend's Christmas party and it was literally battle of the sexes. Like you had the men on Tory Lanez's side and you had the women on Megan Thee Stallion's side, and everybody collided. Everybody was arguing and I had to break this shit up, and I was just like, wait a minute. Do y'all see how this is dividing us? And not everybody heard me, but these two girls stopped and they heard what I said and they were like, you know what? You show right. Because at the end of the day, this case has nothing to do with us. So why are we fighting like we're the ones that got shot? But y'all, I would be lying if I said there wasn't some shady, underhanded shit going on with this case. Now, I'm gonna keep it cute. But my initial thoughts of this case, I remember there was a witness from the neighborhood saying that he saw two women get out the car and started fighting. It's obvious that those two women were Kelsey and Meg. Kelsey and Meg were drunk out the ass, gone out the liquor. They probably don't even remember what the fuck happened. Them two were clearly fighting over Tory Lanez. I still question why y'all were fighting over Tory Lanez. But anyways, new footage released that Megan Thee Stallion hopped out the car and allegedly hopped into some glass. Now, she told the police that no, she didn't get shot. She stepped in glass.
Hold your hands. Hold your hands up. Okay? Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Come out, people passenger with their hands up. Hands up. Alright, move back to the sound of my voice. Keep your hands up. Move back to the sound of my voice. Move back. Keep going. Keep going.
And initially, she used it as a lie to cover for Tory Lanez shooting her in the foot. But when you see this video and you hear when she hops out the car and steps on glass, it's kind of just like, I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone. But anyways, back to the music, the musical side of things. When it comes to that song, Whenever, it wasn't received well, and the main reason why it wasn't received well because, of course, she dissed Tory Lanez when you have a lot of people in the industry behind the scenes actually on Tory Lanez's side, and then on top of that, she dissed Nicki Minaj, which Nicki Minaj's fan base does not fuck with Megan because they see that Megan kind of used Nicki to get up out there and then discarded her and literally started working with Cardi B, who was the #1 enemy of Nicki Minaj, and then she also allegedly sneak dissed Cardi B. Now, my thing with Megan is the song didn't do what it did, cool. But Megan, I love you. You gotta take a good look at like your friendships, your relationships that you're making, and how you tend to discard them at the drop of the hat the minute somebody does something that you don't like or something that you view as shady. Because like, even though you put on a brave face, girl, you're paranoid right now. You're paranoid at the ass. And in one of her songs, she said that she's the Black Regina George. And my thing is, no. Nicki is the Black Regina George. You're Katie Haring. And if you guys don't know, in Mean Girls, Katie Haring at one point became the #1 mean girl and ousted Nicki Minaj. And at one point, it felt like Megan was stepping up and becoming the current reigning queen of rap. So my thing is, Megan, you're becoming Katie Haring, and you're becoming Katie that literally transformed into Regina George. Like, if you keep moving and discarding these friendships, like you almost discarded Glorilla's friendship, and you are... I really thought her and Cardi were like legit I thought them two were like a legit alliance, especially like Cardi even came on to that tour last year at one stop. I think it was in New York or California or somewhere, or maybe Atlanta, I don't know. But Cardi was on one leg of that tour, and all three of them were like a little mini alliance. But now, Megan, you low-key don't fuck with either one of them, and her and Cardi to me had great chemistry. At one point, I wanted those two to have a joint album together. But it's just like you sneak diss Cardi B, but Cardi B is going through all her own shit that she can't even really address you at this point because she has to address all her other shit. We're gonna get into it, but Megan, I want you to kind of look at your relationships that you make and how you treat them, because it's like you bring people in and you butter them up and you make them feel like you're their best friend, but the minute something doesn't go your way, they're not shit to you. Now, I can be completely wrong, and y'all feel free to drop in the comments and let me know if I'm wrong. And if Megan, if you happen to stumble across this video, like, just know that it's all love. Like, one thing that I do, the people that I love, I always hold them to a higher standard, and I hold them accountable. Megan, if you keep moving the way you're gonna move, like the way that you're moving now, one day you may look up and you may be the Regina George that's ousted from the industry and nobody really fucks with you. I think one thing Megan needs to do, she needs to take a month off and regroup music-wise before she continues to push out more music, because even though her music is great, she still has not had a body of work that hit like Glorilla's debut album hit. Because at the end of the day, her turning her back on Glorilla and throwing subliminal shots at Cardi B is not going to be what this rollout needs to be. I now want to shift the focus to the most distracted female rapper of the bunch, and that is Cardi B. Now, Cardi B is very distracted immensely because, y'all, after 8 or 9 years, this album still has not came out. Never mind the fears, never mind getting the right writers for the rollout, and definitely having her first album be like this very hard to achieve, hard to measure up to body of work. Because when I tell you guys, that first album got her, what, 3 Grammys, and then on top of that, it was no skips. It was a abundance of hits on that album. And her having an abundance of hits on that first album has scared her to a point where if she does not have the same amount of hits on this second album, it's going to feel like a flop. Like with that first album, her ability was up and it's definitely stuck. I feel like she feels like she cannot outdo herself. Like, and then on top of that, she's severely distracted because for one, she has all these like female rappers coming for her spot. Atlantic allegedly lowered her budget as well. Then on top of that, after that first album, she was severely distracted because she was enjoying the fruits of her labor, and also she gave labor. She started a family, which is a beautiful thing, but it distracted her from her music career. And then on top of that, throughout all of that, she had Offset cheating on her. And now they're going through one of the messiest divorces in hip-hop history. I will say this, about 2 years ago I did a video really digging into Cardi B's ass about how she was going to lose her career in 2024, and she damn near almost lost her career in 2024, but she took my advice in that video when she decided to get herself together, probably take herself to therapy, and ditch Offset. I literally gave her the recipe to move forward in life, and it looks like she took it. But I will say, Offset is a leech holding on to her out of jealousy and out of his own fear. Now, y'all, this story may be wrong because, you know, a lot of things aren't 100% facts, and a lot of people, the media can paint people the way they want to paint them. But Offset allegedly is in financial ruin. Offset owes about $2 million in unpaid taxes. His solo album didn't do that well. And it's crazy because Cardi B gave him a leg up. Like, I've said this before, that Offset was not that girl in the Migos. Quavo was. But it wasn't until Cardi got a little more popular and their relationship got a little more legit to where Offset was put in the forefront. He became the Beyonce of the Migos because of Cardi B. But the thing with Offset is the absolute fucking audacity, because you built your almost solo legacy off of the backs of Cardi B, and you still were cheating on her in the process. And now, allegedly, he is still living in the house in Atlanta that she is still paying for. You're literally plowing other women in this house that Cardi is still paying for. And now you act surprised and confused when Cardi decides to crash out?
You're in the Atlanta house right now. And your bitch be going over there. And I want you, and you know what's so crazy? I be wanting to go over there and clap shit the fuck up. Cause at the end of the day, I'm paying for the bill and that shit. Cause you haven't paid shit for a whole year. But you know what? You harass me so much when I be with my nigga that I just want peace. I want peace. You want to be with your bitch in this house? Alright, fine. Just please leave me alone. I just want niggas to leave me the fuck alone. I just want to be left alone. I want to be free. What, baby, whatever the fuck you want, I'll give it to you. I just want to be free. I don't want to be called 40,000 times.
And on top of the issues with Offset, Cardi is also dealing with the fact that allegedly, like I said earlier, Atlantic has decreased her budget because I personally feel like, for one, 5 years is a stretch, but it's damn near been almost 10 years since this sophomore album has not been out. And then I think her team was completely pissed with her when she got pregnant again by Offset and had her third baby, which pushed back the rollout of her second album another year. Now recently Offset and Cardi were going back and forth, and Cardi B is now dating a football player by the name of Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs allegedly likes to dig in some ass. In order to step out and kick out of this rollout, you know, Offset and Cardi are going back and forth, and Offset caught out the fact that her being seen with Stephon Diggs is all PR. It's all a PR relationship, which it could be a PR relationship. I truly hope she's not taking him seriously because, in my opinion, you guys, Stephon Diggs is like a worse out front version of Offset. This man recently got filmed, you know, partying on a boat with some white girls, pulling out the pink version of white girl. Allegedly, he's a down low bisexual. Like, allegedly, this one dude, a male influencer, said that Stephon, like, threatened him after he tried to, like, deny him, after he tried to deny Stephon's advances. And then you have Stephon's teammates coming out and all saying when they were interviewed that out of every teammate, he is the main one that they would not let let them date their little sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stephon Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
What, nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy.
The thing with Cardi B is, girl, you're almost right there at your blessing. And one thing that I even had to learn is that God will not give you your full blessing until you drop the dead weight. You were dropping Offset, which was good, even though he's still latching on because he has nothing else to latch onto. Like, that music career is all the way gone. But he's still latching on. You're getting rid of him, but then you have another dude, Stephon Diggs, latching on to your name and getting clout off your name. But he's still cutting up and is treating you like shit. And granted, those two may not be official, but this man is not a good look for you. Like, I don't care how in love and enchanted you may be by this man, he's not good for you. And since you have latched yourself onto another worse version of Offset, God is not going to bless you with this dream rollout that you want and desperately need for your career to succeed. Now granted, in the industry, when you're on and popping, you're going to have a lot of people in your DMs be on and popping, and you're going to be able to, like, have your pick of the litter of who you want to date. So I could see if you're popular in the industry, it's hard to be single. But girl, you need to be single. You need to be single, and you need to drop some singles so that you don't get dropped from Atlantic. I still have faith in Cardi B. I'm still going to support this rollout. I'm still going to be a fan of hers. But girl, you're at a make or break point in your career now, girl. It's either now or never. You're gonna have to drop this shit. If it flops, but at least you drop the shit. But overall, y'all, I just feel like these three ladies are at the forefront of not only female rap, but rap in general. And if they just iron out these little kinks that they're going through and facing and inflicting upon themselves, I feel like they will be on the path to greatness. And hopefully them three can come back together and be like a little trio alliance, because I still want a Megan Thee Stallion Cardi B joint album. I think those two have amazing chemistry, and I think Megan has amazing chemistry with Glorilla. Like, it's crazy because I feel like female rap unity, it was there for a little bit, But I hate to say, when it comes to women, for some reason, y'all can only get along for a certain amount of time. But it is what it is. That's my last line. What do you guys think about everything I talked about? Those are my views on the whole entire rap landscape. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.
Time can't erase